Even though it is early days for the Madlanga Commission, one can say confidently that from the evidence led so far, Minister Senzo Mchunu is toast. A case of political overreach and interference seems to have been made already. If you don't believe General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi and think he is conflicted, let us look into the other three. National Police Commissioner Fannie Masemola says he tried to arrange a meeting with the minister so he could brief him on the PKTT and its work. Mchunu stalled and sidestepped. He offered an alternative to immediate disbandment but was ignored. Head of SAPS Legal Services Division Major General Petronella van Rooyen testified that the decision to disband the PKTT was an operational matter under the domain of the National Commissioner, not the police minister. While the head of the NPA in KwaZulu-Natal, Advocate Elaine Harrison, says she was not even consulted on the disbandment of the unit as a major stakeholder. More importantly, though, had she been consulted, she would have advised against the disbandment because the unit was successful. Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Mosia. Let's get right into this. Let's start at the beginning. In Section 206 of the Constitution of South Africa, it is stated that a member of the cabinet must be responsible for policing and must determine national policing policy after consultation with provincial governments. In Section 207, it is stated that the President must appoint a National Commissioner of Police to control and manage the police service. It further states that the National Commissioner must exercise control over and manage the police service in accordance with the national policing policy and the directions of the Minister. There is no equivocation. Listen to the head of Legal Services, Major General van Rooyen.
I am of a view that the decision to disband the PKTT as a task team lay within the exclusive authority of a National Commissioner, and that the Minister did not have the legislative authority to disband the PKTT, let alone the manner in which he did. I say so for the following 6 reasons, one of which is in the alternative. Firstly, Section 206 of the Constitution enshrines the role of a minister primarily as that of providing policy direction at the national and provincial level. The Minister of Police is not a technocrat. His or her role is to advance the development of legislation and national police policy, particularly in respect of key issues that require executive attention. Therefore, a minister is empowered to select which areas warrant specialized intervention and attention, such as cash in transit, illegal mining, gangsterism, etc. However, a minister cannot prescribe or direct at an operational level, how policy is to be implemented. That is to be left to the National Commissioner, especially in view of the fact that this relates to the distribution and deployment of resources and has financial implications, which falls within the exclusive authority of a National Commissioner as the accounting officer of the Department of Police in terms of Section 36 of the Public Service Management Act. In the event that the Minister is of a view that a particular issue is no longer a priority and no longer warrants additional or specialized resources, the Minister is entitled to express that opinion or his position. However, its implementation falls within the exclusive remit of the National Commissioner.
So when Mchunu issued a directive that the political killings task team should be disbanded with immediate effect, he was acting outside his mandate. To understand this issue in its full context, listen to National Commissioner Masemola explained the lengths he went to try and brief Mchunu on this unit. In other words, the minister had no knowledge of the unit and its work.
Though he acknowledged the reminder, he repeatedly did not allocate time for the complete sessions, notably up to the point when the decision to disband the task team, that is the PKTT, was made. Minister Mchunu had not received any formal update on the team's progress. This lack of comprehensive briefing is particularly pertinent to this commission as it underscores a significant gap in gathering of information and adequate information flow prior to the key operational decisions. So what I'm just mentioning there is that up to the point when the 31st December 2024 letter was, the directive was sent to myself, there was never a briefing on the PKTT to the minister.
And you said it's through no lack of trying on your part. You said it was not through lack of trying on your part.
No, it was not through lack of try. I did try many a times to brief him on that.
So having received no briefings as a new minister from the people who were overseeing the PKTT, he had no basis to suggest, as he does in his disbandment letter, that the existence of the task team was no longer required. What is also curious is that the minister issues the letter when he knows the National Commissioner is on leave. Was that a calculated move, or was it mere happenstance? What is more, Mchunu and Masemola spent a day together at a funeral not long before the directive, and there was no word on such a consequential decision.
You were at a funeral in KZN with the minister 3 days before the instruction to disband, not so?
That is
on the 28th of December 2024.
That is correct, Commissioner. We spent the day at that funeral, and there was nothing that the minister raised that might be a worry or complaint by anybody about the political killings task team. He never said anything about this team's disbandment or even to indicate that I intend doing this. That was never at all. We did the funeral, we parted nicely, and he knew that I was going on leave because he approved my leave. And so the letter came as a surprise. And of course, the timing of it and the fact that the letter also said it must be done immediately. Of course, I interpret immediately as that probably it means it should have been disbanded. By the time I come back, the 14th, the team should not have been there. But luckily, the office did ask me direction as to how do we deal with this matter. Then I said to them, just prepare reports because the next feedback date is the 20th of January. Don't do anything other than prepare reports. Hence, when I get back to work, there was this speedy response by General Sibia to make me sign a letter to Khumalo, which I refused. Second day, I advised him how to do it. Second day, he came with the same letter, which I again refused and said, no, I'll do the matter myself. But whatever drove him, which I wouldn't know what it is, but now we know, he still issued those instructions to General Khumalo. But from my side as the National Commissioner, I've never said Khumalo either close or disband the team. I never said to Lieutenant General Mkhonazi either close or disband the team. I kept on managing the situation through a proposal to wind down the team and wanted to find a finality about this winding down.
I smell conspiracy all over this thing. The difference between the PKTT and other units is that it is a multidisciplinary and multi-departmental effort aimed at ensuring better coordination and seamless interaction between investigators and prosecutors. Even if the minister was legally empowered to disband the task team, the fact that he ordered the immediate disestablishment had far-reaching implications for other partners. One of these is the NPA. Elaine Harrison is the KZN Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions.
You previously said that no one consulted with you prior to the decision, the apparent decision to disestablish the task team. What would your position been if anyone had consulted you prior to taking such a decision, or for your views on whether such a decision should be taken?
You know, after everything is said and done, and everything that went into providing the coordinated approach and providing this coordinated team, I would have strongly motivated against the de-establishment. If I had been approached for a comment, I would have.
And why?
Because it showed that it was working. At that time, it was very evident that the team was working well, and to de-establish it would both be counterproductive and also destructive of the vast amount of work that had gone into shaping the system and the structures that were now working well.
It has become clear from the evidence of these witnesses that the issue was more than just a minister acting unconstitutionally. If what Masemola and Mkhwanazi before him have told the Commission is found to be true, Mchunu and the Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya, had a clear criminal motive.
Knowing what I know now, what I consider to be irrational and inexplicable encroachment into operational issues is now explained by his desire to hold investigations against criminal cartels by disbanding the PKTT. By this I mean that evidence that has emerged which links the minister to Brown Mkhosi, to Ket Matlala and Lieutenant General Sibiya. So it is clear now that that arrest of Matlala in May have assisted us to understand the real motive of the disbandment of the political killings task team, because you would remember we asked reasons and it came, we don't mind, well, when does an order come? It came 31st of December 2024 after 1700 hours in the afternoon and in a rush. Why the rush? The phone records of Matlala eventually did indicate to us that actually since December, operation of the 6th December 2024, that's when there was a planning to disband this political killings task team, of course, to prevent it from further doing the work that they were doing in Gauteng. So those, the investigators will come with those specific recordings to indicate that there was discussion about this team's lifespan and that it should be disbanded. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is now one understands the reason why Lieutenant General Sibiya and the Minister, Brown Mkhosi and Ket Matlala, wanted to disband the team. There was no any other motive but to prevent the investigation against the cartels in Gauteng that are involved in murder, drugs, and so on.
There's no doubt that Mchunu is following the proceedings of the Commission and will have an opportunity to rebut the accusations. Do you think Mchunu has a perfectly good explanation and that we will all laugh at our silliness after he appears at the Commission? Give your views in the comments below. Please don't forget to like and share the episode. For those who are not yet subscribers, please consider doing so. We are still on the road to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. See you in the next one.